Good morning. Hope y'all had a good weekend. I'm an addict named Austin. I got clean here at Serenity House in Abilene, Texas, October 19, 2014. And I just want to get on here with y'all and read the gist for today. December 9th. This ability to listen is a gift and grows as we grow spiritually. Life takes on a new meaning when we open ourselves to this gift. Have you ever watched two small children carry on a conversation? One will be talking about purple dragons, while the other carries on about the discomfort caused by having sand in one's shoes. We sometimes encounter the same communication problems as we learn to listen to others. We may struggle through meetings, trying desperately to hear the person sharing while our minds are busy planning what we will say when it's our turn to speak. In conversation, we may suddenly realize that our answers have nothing to do with the questions we're being asked. They are instead speeches prepared while in the grip of our self-obsession. Learning how to listen, really listen, is a difficult task, but one that's not beyond our reach. We might begin by acknowledging in our replies what our conversational partner is saying. We might ask if there's anything we can do to help when someone expresses a problem. With a little practice, we can find greater freedom from self-obsession and closer contact with people in our lives. Just for today, I will quiet my own thoughts and listen to what someone else is saying. And I don't know about you, but I struggled with this big time. I had these stories, and when somebody said a certain thing, it just like prompted this whole story in me where I wanted to tell my story, my side of the story. And really, a lot of them were just fabricated lies that I had told over time so many times that I just added to them. And so I had this issue when I was first in recovery. I wanted to tell all my stories, right? Or while I was in treatment even. And I just had all these stories that I wanted to tell. Thank God I had to work through the fifth step while I was in treatment so that I realized some of those were bullcrap. And sponsor was able to call me on that, right? And so slowly I started that process of playing out these stories in my head. I was so mad in the fourth step because they gave us these worksheets, and there was not enough room for me to tell my side of the story, why I hurt somebody or why I did what I did, right? And so in the fifth step, I couldn't wait to tell my side of the story, all for my sponsor to look at me and be like, that's not the part we're talking about. That doesn't sound true. That sounds and it's not our jobs as sponsors to point out, but luckily I had a sponsor that was a friend that I had built a relationship with, and he had gotten that freedom alone. So he talked about it in a way that I could get with. And so I learned to start getting free. It took a while. And I realized the deeper things got, the deeper some of these stories went. And so I can honestly say today that I can listen to somebody's conversation. I can listen to their point. I can help them. And then there's days when I can also listen and want to argue. And usually when I don't like what somebody's saying while they're sharing, I'll start my argument in my head. And so this all comes back to the disease of addiction is the obsession and compulsion and the self-centeredness, right? And so I've got to do something for my recovery today. I got to get free from my self-centeredness. I have to surrender to this program or a program or to a way of life. And then I have to walk that out in my daily life. And so if I'm stuck in the obsession and compulsion, it's going to be really hard for me to listen to somebody else. So I have to do something every day for my recovery to get free from the obsession and compulsion. And I'll start out getting free from my own obsession and compulsion, and in conversations with others, I can get locked and loaded on their ideas. And so thank God for this program. It's helped me get some freedom. I can listen to other people and not have to correct them all the time. My wife probably wouldn't agree with that, but I really care about what she's saying, so sometimes I really need to argue. I'm grateful to learn about these things, and I'm grateful to learn that this disease is not about the drugs, it's about the obsession and compulsion and my total self-centeredness. And so I get to work on that today. I hope this helped y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you have a good week, and we will see you tomorrow.